okay? Exactly. Rip my friggin' chain off.
Fucking assholes.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it all on camera.
All right.
Don't you? They're drunk.
Okay. Well,
their stuff is over here. His cigar is over here.
Okay.
They fucking walked over there.
You're gonna step back.
I called because these guys parked their cars on everybody's, all four cars. Right. City vehicle on their driveway, my driveway.
This case is about a disrespectful judge and his wife who is not so different from him. New York State Supreme Court Judge Mark Grisanti and his wife got into a brawl with their neighbors that would finally send them to jail after several such incidents. In this particular incident, Grisanti had called the cops because the neighbors had supposedly parked their cars in a way that blocked his driveway. However, before the cops could arrive, Grisanti and his wife decided to take matters into their own hands by engaging in a physical altercation with the neighbors.
So, I'm not listening to a bunch of yelling. We'll talk calmly over here.
He started it.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait,
So,
can I just ask you this? Is that blocking his driveway?
No.
The truck right there? Okay, I didn't think so.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
they,
Because that's why
so I
they
was
came running
saying,
over.
they on the porch and they stop and says that our truck is in their driveway, this and that. Says that truck is in their driveway. They came across the street here, pushed my husband. She came running. She literally.
so what was the first thing that they said?
When
am I son here?
Ma'am, if you don't stop yelling, this is going to be a problem for you.
I don't care.
Okay, cool. Then get over here.
You're not going to arrest me.
I sure am.
My son, no. You're not.
We are not doing this right now.
When the cops arrived, Grisanti and his wife went straight up to them to get their side of the story in. But when the wife wouldn't stop screaming, the cop had no choice but to arrest her so he could assess the situation without noise. Things got worse at this point as Grisanti attacked the officer who was cuffing his wife. Even after she was put in the police cruiser, the judge attempted to bully the officers into releasing her.
We are not doing this right now.
No, it's okay.
You better not.
Let him arrest me. I don't care. Come on, take
You're
me.
going in the back of the car and we can deal with this.
No, you have no idea you
Okay.
can't put up with.
Okay, put your hands behind your back or we're going to have a problem. Put your hands behind your back.
Hey!
No.
Trust my wife, you're gonna be sorry.
I don't care. Let him. Let him do it. I don't care. I don't
Okay.
care. If it gets you pieces of
Take
out
a
of
seat.
here, I will.
I'm so done listening to you scream.
Why? Because it's the truth. It's
No,
15
because
years
I
of
want to hear
bullshit.
everybody talk.
15 years of
I want everybody's story.
You're hearing them first. You
I'm
don't
gonna
understand. Ask any neighbor.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to listen to you. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say.
They're too tight.
I want to hear what you have to say. But you are screaming it.
Loosen these.
I want to hear it.
What happened is that these are our cars, but
Yeah.
but these neighbors, these neighbors seem to have a problem when we park on the street. I know what the problem is. We're not in their driveway, so I came on the porch to sit, which I do every nightly, and they turned around and Mark started to say, "Do I have a problem with your trucks?" And my driver says, "The truck is not in your driveway."
Okay.
And she says, "You're fat, you're miserable, you're nothing but a fat." But she's called me that many times, and then my husband came out and was like, "What's going on? Stop!" They
started coming at me and you shot at me.
They came this way. They came running over, and then Maria pushed and hit her in the face.
She bit my arm here.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. Okay, so that was her?
And so
Yeah.
I came up and I says, "Don't touch my husband. Get off of my husband." And so then she hit me. I defended myself, and I was in a bad accident. So my sister knows that I have a bad back and 2 knee braces. She just called me wobbly, you fat. This, that.
Well,
He said, Mark.
They're no trouble, maybe.
And then,
Okay, well, he might have to go through then.
and then,
They're no trouble, Maggie. So is she right here.
and
They got their nose and
Yes.
everything.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
They were joking that.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, I want to talk to you as well, so give me a minute.
So.
That's their friends.
So they always team up on us. So, obviously you can see that they're drunk. Maybe again, and my sister says, don't touch my sister. Don't touch my, get away from my sister. So
I know jiu-jitsu, so I'm trying to restrain her.
She's trying to restrain her in a jiu-jitsu way.
Trying to try to restrain her. I wasn't punching her. I was just trying to
And
restrain
there's evidence because they came over.
Yeah, there's stuff.
There's and there's
I see
cigar.
that.
Yeah.
There's stuff in the cigar.
Okay, so
then it got in the middle of the street.
So let me ask you this, because I'm going to talk to them. Like I said, I want everybody's side of the story. I want it said to me. So, as far as this goes, I kind of have a guess as to what they're going to tell me.
They're gonna, and, yeah.
So here's what I'm going to ask.
Just 1 minute.
Sure.
Right away, this is what they do. They throw around that the daughter's a cop, the son-in-law's a cop, this and that.
Yeah, this whole neighborhood's cops.
Yeah,
I live here.
And so then it always gets turned against us somehow or some way because they pull all their weight.
Okay.
So I'm sure they made a phone call.
That doesn't matter to me at all. I've arrested officers' families before. I'm not happy about that, but it happens.
Yeah.
You can't use that as immunity.
So
what I'm asking though is, ideal situation, what happens here?
ideal situation.
Well, hit my arm.
Okay, do you want her arrested?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Sure,
what
she
I'm
went
asking.
at my wife and hit my wife.
Okay,
Yes, I do.
that's what I'm asking. I want to make sure before
She
we...
swung first and so did he.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
After hearing the neighbor's side of the story, the officer went over to Grisanti to do the same, but the dirty judge would dig his own grave.
I come home. I called I first called D District. I said, listen, there's a car. They do this all the time. They block in the driveways.
Is it just like this?
Yeah, all four of these cars are theirs.
Okay.
All four of them across the street are theirs. And you can see how much room they have. They edge in the driveway. Nobody likes them in the street. They don't like anybody. So they edge in the driveway as close as they can. So I called up and I said, listen, a little tight for me getting in. He was like, ignore it. I go, a little tight getting in. Can you come down, go across the street, knock on the door, tell them to move the truck. They're from New Jersey. I'm not going to give them a freaking, I don't want to give them a ticket. So I'm walking. So as a way to walking the dog. We walk the dog. We come back. I'm with the dog in the house. She goes across the street. I come out. The two girls and Joe are like in their face. So I come walking across the street. He goes, "Oh, you want to go? You want to go?" So I say, "No, Joe." And I'm bringing Maria back. If they have it on the camera, he friggin' whacks me, like just pushes me backward.
Okay.
I'm like, dude, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. I friggin' back up. I'm grabbing her. They start walking across the street. Naturally, she's a girl. She's going after the girls. I'm pulling her back. He comes over and he friggin' whacks me, slaps me across the face.
Okay.
So I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me? You ripped my friggin' necklace off. Okay. So I friggin' push him. He comes after me. I move out of the way. He falls in my driveway. That's why I always got the bruise on it. He falls in my driveway. He gets up. He starts leaving. We're going our separate ways. The girls start fighting again. I grab my wife. We pull it back. The neighbors come out. They're like, are you kidding me? The one neighbor down here is like, listen, you got to ignore them. Nobody likes them. That's what they do all the time. We didn't do nothing. We basically walked the dog, came back, and they come out of the house. They're like, you got an effing problem where the truck is parked? Now, I heard that when I was taking the dog in the house.
Okay.
My wife was still outside. She walked over. She goes, yeah, move the truck. They friggin' bolt from the porch. The girl's got her friggin' hand on my wife's throat, and that's when I walked over there. And that's when it all started. Get around the car and I'll bring her inside. And I didn't mean to tackle you, but I mean, you kind of threw my wife down on the ground pretty hard, and I don't appreciate that.
I understand that.
All right? I really don't. If I would do that to your wife and you're outside, you do the same thing.
Sure, if you were a police officer, she was screaming in my face.
No, my daughter's a police officer, and I know what you guys are going through right now, and trust me, my daughter's a police officer, my son-in-law's a police officer, my
and if someone was screaming at your daughter and approaching her like that, she would have done the same thing.
No, you grabbed my wife from over there and dragged her over here, which was not necessary. Okay. So you need to chill out about that.
I have a camera, so it's all documented.
I don't care about your camera. Just give me a little constructive criticism, dude.
Okay.
The conversation got tense once more when Grisanti requested that his wife be released again. He was just getting more aggressive when he met his match in another attending officer.
Okay, let me give you some good constructive criticism. You want to drop another copper's name? You want to scream about, Gamal, you're the mayor? Why don't you shut the up? And you keep that quiet. Shut your goddamn mouth. Put your hands right back. Listen. Put your hands right back. You want to be difficult? You want to say all these coppers, I know all these things? You want to make us look dirty? Is that what you want to do? So how am I helping you now? Tell me, how can I help you? Shut up and let me talk to you, you old geezer. Shut up. Shut up and let me talk to you. Since you had so much to say and you touched a cop. So let me talk to you. Okay. God.
Let me talk to you, guy.
Quiet. Quiet. No, you're not done talking yet.
When Grisanti wouldn't relent, he was handcuffed and bundled into the squad car alongside his wife before he could say jack. Talk about being humbled.